People over at Marvel Studios are finally willing to talk a little bit more about why exactly the decision was made by Kevin Feige to bring back Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin for Hawkeye and what the future might hold. Recently, Hawkeye's executive producer, Brad Winderbaum, talked a bunch about what exactly made Hawkeye come together the way it did, and of course, Marvel Studios' involvement from Kevin Feige that made Vincent D'Onofrio returning as the Kingpin a possibility. And they said that when they started coming up with the ideas of who the big bad of the story could be and would be, and how they would in turn use that character to make Eleanor somebody that she's frightened of, they realized that it has to be somebody that truly is dangerous, that some people could know, and that newcomers would look at and automatically go, oh, that's bad, even if they haven't seen where the character came from. And they said as they continue to have discussions, this is where Kevin Feige kind of came up with the idea that, hey, look, they're in New York. We're doing a New York story. We need a big boss figure because that's what the story revolves around. So we have one. We just regained the rights back for the characters. One is already going to be in Spider-Man. At the same time, we're shooting Hawkeye. Let's just line this up. So the decision was made to make the big bad boss, Kingpin, at that stage in the game. And it just happened to fall into place to actually make sense in terms of the bigger picture that they were building. And Winderbaum even said that when it came to the crime syndicates, the underbelly of New York City, and all the things that they were dealing with, that literally it only made sense to make it the Kingpin here and now because it just works. And then as the story continued to evolve with Echo, which obviously was in the show from the very early onset, they realized that we can just pull in even more elements and make this connect in even better ways. So ultimately, it was Kevin Feige that came up with the idea when they were trying to come up with the big crime boss that said, why can't it just be Kingpin? We got him back, and they were like, yeah. And then he says, then we went to D'Onofrio and said, hey, do you want to come back? And, well, the rest is history. Now, it also makes you think, what if D'Onofrio said no? Would they have used somebody different? You guys think they could have done like Tombstone or Hammerhead or somebody, which would feel a little weird, but then you could still tease, hey, the Kingpin is there. They're just working for the big boss, right? Till you worked out your contracts and stuff. But then again, how would that even work in terms of the whole Echo reveal? It just makes you think how much different the series could have been had they decided to just stick with a mystery big boss.